At a young age, Zach Vachakhan found himself hanging around bad influences as a result of unresolved issues concerning his father.
I grew up without my dad. He left when I was pretty young, and throughout my life I've always wondered why he left, and I always had this feeling that it was my fault. So I started getting into the wrong crowd. I just had that didn't care mentality.
As insecurities took over and depression set in, Zach looked to drugs for the answer.
I started smoking weed at the age of 11 or 12, all the way to about last year, so it's 11 years. And on top of that, I was always partying, trying to fill this void, just trying to just flesh out reality. And so I was always partying every weekend, getting drunk. And then I was introduced to pills. And that really was my escape. I was high almost every day, almost off of anything. Really, any narcotic I could find, Xanax, Adderall. I just had to have something.
Still void of peace, Zach turned to his family's religion of Buddhism, and even went as far as becoming a monk.
I became a monk, try to find inner peace, try to, overcome these things, and I only felt like I was going more down because I couldn't even live up to that expectation. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't succeed at anything I did. And then so that was really discouraging, and it brought me deeper into depression.
Living as a Buddhist monk seemed to leave Zach worse off than before. Life had become too heavy for Zach to carry any longer.
And then one night I just, thought to myself, I'm just dead weight. So my mom hides her gun in her room. I'm not gonna say where, but I went and grabbed it, and I ran downstairs and locked my door, turned up the music, and tried to pull the trigger, but it just jammed. And I figured it was a sign somehow.
Zach had planned to commit suicide once more, but was caught by a friend who had stopped him in the act.
I was gonna hang myself, but he snuck through my window and found me, and then took the rope from me and just stayed with me that night and made sure I didn't do anything. And I just poured out to him, just like, man, I don't know why I can't do anything right in my life, why I am the way I am.
After some convincing, his friend had talked him into coming to youth service that next day.
The presence here was amazing. It was really good, but it was weird to me to see how much people cared. I was wondering where all this, excitement and love and stuff was coming from. Where these people worship this God so much, because I'm over here going through what I'm going through, and I just didn't believe in a God.
The words spoken that night had reached Zach in a way that nothing else had.
I was being touched. I felt really, really convicted, but in a good way. It reevaluated my life. And I went home, I cried. I didn't make it to 20 minutes of the service, but I went home and I cried, and something sparked in me that I somehow found a Bible in a Buddhist home. It was kind of ironic. And then I read through Psalms and Proverbs in one sitting, and I just got curious, what does this mean? Why do I feel the way I feel?
That following Sunday, Zach was back in church and gave his life to Christ.
I felt this, this push to come up on altar call, so I gave my life. And things have been great. I was set free from drugs. I never went back. I actually found a big packet of pills. And I called my girlfriend, and I told her that I just didn't want to do it anymore. So I flushed them. And then God has taken me through so much now. Me and my girlfriend were living a sinful life, and we decided to separate, and try to focus on God. And now we're getting married, and we're both serving in the church, and it's amazing to be in an environment where people care, and to feel the presence of God, and to know what true love and true peace is. My name is Zach Vachakhan, and this is my testimony.